Hello everybody, and welcome back to another 1v1 with a twist, brought to you by your hosts Will
and Rob. Fans at home are still long awaiting the 5th season of the Overwatch League, so what better thing to do than to sit back, relax, grab your favourite snack and tune into the second round of this series.
That's right, Rob, and today it's going to be the second round between these two players. It's going to be Clowner versus GetDazzled on the Ana.
Folks at home may be a little more biased this time towards GetDazzled, the underdog player in the previous matchup, who made an astounding comeback on the Sigma 1v1 and is looking just as strong heading into this matchup.
But don't forget about Clowner. Though he lost that previous matchup, it was a very close game. Clowner is coming back strong with a vengeance, and he's looking to take this one home here.
In this new round of the 1v1 series, there has been a new change to the skins. Players featured in the 1v1 battles have now been asked to represent an Overwatch League skin that they will use in every 1v1 battle they do in this series.
Clowner chose to represent the Shanghai Dragons skin. And GetDazzled choosing to represent the Houston Outlaws. Now onto the breakdown.
This 1v1 will be broken down into 3 rounds, and the person with the most accumulative wins is the victor. The first round will be a standard Ana 1v1 battle to see who can perform the best with the character's unchanged kit. Best of 5 points wins.
The second round is going to be a little bit different. It will be a nade throwing competition, where one of these players chooses a starting location and the other player chooses the second location, where the players have to throw their biotic grenades to. The closest one to the centre of the target gets the point for the round, and it's first to 3 points to claim victory. A real test for the players' individual skill with the nade arcs, and how well they did with projectile motion in school.
And finally, anyone who has dabbled with Overwatch custom game features will be familiar with this one. The final round will be an Ana paintball 1v1, where only Ana's primary fire and sleep dart will be enabled, and it's only one hit for a kill. First to 13 kills is the victor. It's hard to say who's got the edge on this matchup here, so I suppose we will have to have a word of insight, or rather some numbers of insight from none other than StatChad, the leading service in dispensing statistics.
I think just from looking at these, that Clowner is looking to be the stronger player here. But then again, the stats did display the same on the previous matchup, and we know how that ended.
Clowner overall with the higher stats here, with higher damage and eliminations per 10 minutes, a higher accuracy and even the time played advantage over GetDazzled. He does have a lot less healing done per 10 minutes though, so even if Clowner is to win this game, it's safe to say that GetDazzled is the better team player.
Unfortunately for GetDazzled, Rob, this is the opposite of team playing here. A direct showdown between these two players, which is solely based on their skill with the character.
I suppose we'll just have to let the game do the talking for us. So thank you once again StatChad for providing us with those statistics. And let's see what they've got in store for us, heading over to Oasis Gardens.
Ooh, an interesting map choice here for Ana. Lots of walls to take cover from, and lots of places to engage from too. Clowner looking a little nervous here, a little shaky I guess, after that previous 1v1. And it's GetDazzled, challenging to see if he'll peek on that left side, but it's looking like he's going to take that right side instead. An early sleep dart from Clowner there, and a following one from GetDazzled too.
And it's Clowner who's going to be landing the first shot onto GetDazzled. And oh wow, if he hadn't naded himself there, he would have died. I think Clowner's riskier playstyle here is showing to be rewarding. As GetDazzled with no nade cooldown, caught with his pants down, it's 1-0 to Clowner heading into round 2.
That was a pretty dominant round from Clowner. I believe GetDazzled only managed to land one shot on him there, but good positioning from both players nonetheless. As you see GetDazzled heading right, opting for the indoor route here. Are you kidding me? What is that?
What is that sleep?
GetDazzled making it around the corner, but my oh my, what an amazing predictive sleep from Clowner on to GetDazzled. And it's going to be punches coming out to finish him off.
I want whatever headset he's got. If he's able to hear him run 14 corners, yeah, I want what he's using.
How did he even know? That was crazy.
I'm not so sure, but he's off to a flying start into this first round. And it's going to be GetDazzled again, taking the inspiring angle and Clowner opting for the middle again.
Wow, and again, his awareness of his positioning is looking very promising for his chances of winning here. He could be taking this round home with a 3-0 right off the bat.
I still have hope for GetDazzled in this matchup. Going for the sleep, trying to make this side angle work again. seeing if he can catch him off guard, but again his reactions are fast enough. Too fast in fact that he misses his sleep again, and it's GetDazzled giving ground again, retreating back to his spawn area. But it appears to be just what GetDazzled was looking for. He makes the advance onto Clowner, but gets slept by him. Both players looking very low here, but GetDazzled managed to finish him off with the Granny Warfare.
Granny Warfare?
Yeah, Granny Warfare. When two honours are in a punching duel, that's what it's called. Granny Warfare.
I see. Well, it's Clowner perishing, death by Granny Warfare, as GetDazzled is just able to hold on here from being 2-0 down. Clowner with a nade from spawn. He's heading out toward the edge of the map for once. I suppose he's trying to catch GetDazzled off guard. GetDazzled waiting. And that right there is what I mean. Clowner not landing these sleeps, but you gotta commend the awareness of this man right here. Knowing where GetDazzled is at all times. A permanent infrasight, if you will. He's shooting sonic arrows, if you must.
Both players aware of each other now. The footsteps getting closer. Clowner misses his sleep, but GetDazzled connects. It's gonna be hard for Clowner to crawl back here. But the Granny Warfare!
Coming in.
The Granny Warfare. That's 2 rounds ending in Granny Warfare now, and Clowner being the victim of both of them.
He's really looking to pull this one back actually from being 2-0 down at the beginning. Looking like both players opting to play from the middle this time as they make eye contact, romantically, trading a shot with each other, and Clowner lands to sleep, but has to use the nade to heal himself up. A very nice sleep from him there, but GetDazzled just getting away, very nearly dying there. Now both players with abilities on cooldown, playing passively it seems. GetDazzled trying to lure him in like a hunter. Clowner at the corner of the entrance now. No doubt listening to those noise cues, and that's not very passive. Clowner failing his Banzai charge, and it's a close head-to-head battle now. Both players missing their sleeps, and GetDazzled using his nade defensively, whilst Clowner using it offensively. It could have been the end there if he'd have thrown it just a second earlier. Nonetheless, it connects, and the sleep dart too, leaving GetDazzled defenseless. Clowner clearing this round up with a 3-2 finish, leaving him 1-0 up on this 1v1 battle.
You've got to give it to him there though. His awareness this whole game has been through the roof. Very well played from both players actually, with GetDazzled almost making the comeback on Clowner, but not quite managing to keep his cool at the end there.
A very close finish on that first round there. Now trying to get your pitching arm ready, heading into the nade throwing competition for round 2. There's going to be a change of pace here from the previous round, a much calmer, slower paced game, but still competitive of course. Like, it went from commentating a hockey game to commentating a golf game. Most relaxing, yes.
Let me reiterate the point there. If Clowner comes on top this round, then regardless of the results of the next round, he wins this 1v1, making it overall a 1-1 between these players.
That is very true, Robert, as we're heading into the first nade spot now. Let's see what happens. Clowner is choosing to stand a location behind a telephone box and GetDazzled using the head of Clowner to place his target on the top of the other phone box.
Love the enthusiasm, Will, but since Clowner is choosing the start point, GetDazzled gets to throw first. This one seems pretty tricky actually, as you're going to have to aim up as to avoid the obstacles. GetDazzled lining up his shot here, and he throws it, but it lands quite far up the building.
A noble first attempt. Let's see what Clowner has to show. It would appear that he's going for the much higher arc throw here. This could end badly for him. It's a risky strategy, but it pays off well. A near direct hit from Clowner there, landing just at the bushes behind the target. No direct hit this round, but a good try from both players. Clowner leading this game 1-0, heading into round 2, where GetDazzled chooses the starting position this time.
GetDazzled deciding he wants to start from the black cab roof here, and Clowner choosing the target to be the centre circle of this cathedral detailing. An interesting choice by Clowner there for the target to be on the wall. Probably looking to see some lower arced throws here from both players. Let's see what Clowner decides to do. Clowner lining himself up with a circle, looking to aim just above the top of the spawn door. Ooh, it lands quite low down actually. GetDazzled shouldn't have too much trouble beating this one, as long as he aims just a little bit higher. He's doing a ballsy move here. He's aiming well scoped out. Not many golfers would go for this play. And wow, almost a direct hit from GetDazzled there, just below that centre circle. Again, another dominant win, making it 1-1, now heading into the third nade spot. Let's see if this round is perhaps less one-sided.
Flipping back to Clowner choosing the starting location, and he's choosing the molten rod next to the bin of the alleyways of the map. And GetDazzled choosing a very interesting target actually, the corner of this high ground girder. The obstruction here is going to cause for a very tricky arc angle for both players. Let's see what GetDazzled can make happen here, what magic he is able to conjure. He's aiming up in between these two buildings, quite far to the left actually. And it just about misses that building edge and makes that high ground. A pretty close shot all things considered. Now onto Clowner, who's choosing to aim a lot further over to the right. Perhaps it might pay off for him as long as he can get some extra distance. He shoots. And it's hard to tell which one of the two was closer just from looking at it. Two very even throws, but on the complete opposite sides. After a quick intermission and close inspection of the two throws side by side, GetDazzled's shot was just slightly closer due to Clowner's being on a slightly lower elevation, making it overall just slightly further away. Such a close round there from both players, really changing it up from the previous ones.
It's 2-1 up to GetDazzled, and it's his turn to choose a starting location. He opts for a rather lenient option, choosing right in the middle of the street. This leaves Clowner open for many choices of target here. He's going to opt for a second wall one here. That last one didn't end too kindly for him. Let's see if he performs any better this time around. Clowner, taking a tip from GetDazzled, aiming without scoping in. Does it pay off for him? And oh dear God, the bartender's not too happy about that one. The nade landing at the far back of the bar rooftop. I don't think it'll take too much for GetDazzled to beat him here, but perhaps I'm mistaken.
Still an opportunity for him to overshoot here as well, or even undershoot as it looks like he's aimed pretty high up. But it's a close shot, very near to direct in fact. Very well done by GetDazzled there as he takes the win on this round.
A well fought 3-1 victory by GetDazzled. Clowner has some nade training to do.
Before we head into round 3, a quick word from our sponsor. Stick around.
Hatchet Body Spray, the all-new fragrance to grant you exactly the smell you desire. Coming in 3 irresistible scents: Raw Tungsten, WD-40, and Wet Egg, to replace any pungent odors you may possess. Hatchet Body Scent, we've got you covered.
And there you have it. Tuning back into the final round between these two players. They fought a fairly even battle on both rounds, leaving them at a tiebreaker for this series. Thank you Hatchet Body Spray for sponsoring this intense battle.
Maybe if this gets enough views, you'll be able to get a real sponsor on these videos. What are your thoughts heading into this final battle, Will? Will?
You didn't have to say that, man. Well, even though you made a good point at the beginning about GetDazzled on a sort of streak here after winning the Sigma 1v1, I'm gonna have to still stand by my point of what the stats say. Thank you so much, StatChad. The overall dominance these figures show is uncanny, really. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't come out on top on this one.
Maybe after that previous round, GetDazzled will land a nasty nade on Clowner. Who knows? Let's find out.
First to 13 kills in a deathmatch mode, so we don't have to wait for the round to start over and over again, because we're considerate of the viewers at home like that, and I can't even finish my sentence before Clowner's finding the first kill here.
GetDazzled spawning in from the underside of the map, but Clowner having knowledge of his presence. Despite this, still getting killed by GetDazzled. And Clowner really just going to pull the Uno reverse card on him and secure that kill without even having a chance to react. What is happening?
And again, they need to become a little more considerate of their positioning here, because this is an absolute spawn onslaught happening on both sides. Clowner taking the underpass. Sneaking around to that high ground, both players not knowing where each other are. Oh, that was a nice jump shot from Clowner there. Very good reaction time.
He's going to try to sneakily make his way up to the high ground, it seems. My goodness, what a sleep. Wow! That sleep under GetDazzled there. Follow up by the quick scope spawn kill. I can't. You commentate.
It is an absolute onslaught happening from Clowner. Not giving him a chance to even spawn, to live a life, a family and kids. But now it's changed to blind warfare, shooting through the leaves. And GetDazzled getting caught out, spawning on the side high ground. How did he know?
And it's GetDazzled now, coming out with the uncounterable shot onto Clowner. I'm not sure how he knew, but that was pretty impressive. Both players now a little more cautious on their positioning, and the enemy's positioning too. Just missing each other on the high grounds there, not quite making eye contact with each other. Clowner missing that quick sleep flick, dropping to the low ground in an attempt to catch him off guard. And it pays off, and it works like a charm.
5 kills to win.
Both players now playing on this low ground, trying to work wonders with the predictive sleeps, but not finding luck. And just as I say that, Clowner with a quick scope on to GetDazzled. I forgot just how fast-paced these paintball matches can get. Clowner not seeing GetDazzled there, and he's just going to get a free kill onto him because of it. Very nice use of that tree to cover himself up there, with that black and green skin advantage. And again, GetDazzled using his environment very well here.
Justice delivered.
But Clowner coming round to the side to pick him off. Clowner very nearly getting lucky with that predictive sleep, but gets punished for it.
GetDazzled now heading round to the high ground in a high ground v high ground matchup. And he just manages to come out on top there.
But Clowner coming right back in to put a halt to that high ground possession. But looking away, what are you doing, man?
Clowner just sort of turned to the side there, sacrificing his body for a free kill there. Not sure what that's about. GetDazzled playing sneakily from this spawn room underpass, trying to see if he can catch Clowner with his pants down. But instead catches him in an up-close battle, forcing him to back off to the low ground. Clowner.
Enemy needs 3 kills.
It's GetDazzled playing from the high ground here, trying to scout out all that he can, get as much information as he can, and it worked out beautifully for him. Using those sound cues heavily to his advantage. He's going to look to try to maintain this high ground here, a comfy place for him to play from, I suppose. But like a tissue between my cheeks, he's going to get wiped out the way by Clowner.
Clowner hearing the footsteps of the Abuela, and there she is, missing the sleep, as Dazzled does too, but securing the kill with a swift no-scope. A quick rotation from Clowner to the central beams.
He can be awfully, how do I say it, courageous. Courageous? But in a bad way, I suppose.
Both players being sneaky here. They can hear each other's feet on the floor and... Oh, you've got to be kidding me! What an end to the game that is.
You've got to be joking at the same time.
I didn't even realise how close it was to ending because it was first to 13. An incredible finish there and a very nice performance from both players. You couldn't have asked for a more picture-perfect finish there. GetDazzled really stepped it up there towards the end, so kudos to him. A very good follow-up to the previous 1v1 now, leaving these players 1-1 overall.
So I suppose the next 1v1 will have to be the tiebreaker between these two as we take off to the damage roll with a Hanzo 1v1 with a twist. Coming soon, so stay tuned.
Thank you all very much for watching. I've been Rob.
And I've been Will, and we'll see you on the next episode.